Okay, so now for the tutorial, but first things first, I had this in my makeup belt and so I forgot to show you this. From Laura Mercier, I got this, and it's a lip stain, and this one is in Sugar Violet, and it is so beautiful. Like, I absolutely love it. Oh, it's such a gorgeous stain, and it goes on well, and it has a sheen to it, like, to where you move it and it's like kind of like different colors and stuff. It's really, really cool. Anyway, when the sun hits it, it's absolutely beautiful. I used it on the model yesterday and I think it went well. Okay. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. Just one second. I've already exfoliated, moisturized, and put my MAC Fix on. It's a skin refresher and it puts a lot of vitamins in your face, which is nice. And then, since I'm wanting to use it more and we want our makeup to last all day long, we're going to do the primer. Then I bring it down onto my neck. It's thicker when it comes out, but I guess when it goes on, it doesn't feel thick. It's very refreshing, very light. It has an okay smell to it, which is nice. I'm actually getting ready right now to go to, and I'm going to butcher how I say it, Vautrevu or something, I don't know. I'm going to go to a party this morning to learn more about their products and also get some samples so that I can show you guys more of their stuff. So we've primed our skin, and because I don't have my Cinema Secrets yet, I'm going to just have to use my NW20. Wah, wah, wah. So go ahead and put that on all over your face. If you have great skin, I would recommend only putting foundation here, there, down your nose, right here, and right here. If it's exactly your color, which it should be, you shouldn't need to go all over the place. Like I said, if you have great skin, that's really the only places you kind of need to go, you know, depending on what you look like. Me, unfortunately, I've got all of this kind of stuff still going on. I'm afraid I might have it for the rest of my life now because it's not going away, but I have gotten a new toner, and I've been using that. So we shall see. If you're worried about foundation getting into your hairline, especially if you're using a sponge, always go down. Don't rub up into the hairline. Bring it downward and you'll never have that problem. Now I'm going to be using this for underneath my eyes. I found that the NW20 is a little bit too pinky on me. I'm thinking that I'm going to start using something else. And for underneath my eye as a brightener, as always, I'm going to be using my Powder Flage from Benefit. Urban Decay Primer Potion. I've been finding with this that it leaves a little bit of buildup on the inner corner of my eye, so I'm going to try and steer clear of that and just not go as far into my eye. So I'm using this to apply it, and then I'm using a clean finger to make sure it's rubbed in, but I don't want it going into the corner because I don't like that buildup. Who does? Now I'm going to be taking Naked from Urban Decay. Becky, thank you, thank you, thank you. This does have a little bit more fallout than Wedge does, so just make sure and tap it. Oh, this has so much more of a color than Wedge, and I actually really appreciate that and love it. There's a little bump right here that we all have, this kind of part where it protrudes on our brow bone, and I like to go underneath and pull it straight back. And then I like to swirl over here, kind of doing that whole contouring thing, but just blend, 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 blend. And then down your nose. But remember to bring it down. It helps when you make the sound effect. And I do the tip of my nose with my finger. And around the outside, right there. I'm loving it. Now I'm going to do something interesting with my bronzer. I'm only going to put it right here. That's it. I'm not going to extend it all the way back. Let's get the bronzer. Still using the Nicole Miller. Give a little tap, tap, taparoo. Just in that area. Okay, then I'm going to intensify a little bit the Naked that we used without dipping back into the Nicole Miller. That way, not only are we intensifying it just that shadow just a little bit, but we're also blending what we have already put in there. And just kind of do it on the outsides and on your collarbone, down the back of your ear. Perfect. Powder, I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever High Definition. I'm just going to put it on the corner right there. And even though I've put powder on, I'm still going to use a little bit of concealer. My color is mostly this upper corner one. It's called D4. And I use the lighter one right next to it. It's just a hair lighter for up on the brow bone. Okay, just to prime my lips, not prime them, but I'm going to put on Blonde Venus. That way you're not completely washed out. And then on either side of that, I'm going to put the Laura Mercier lip color that we was talking about. I'm actually just going to do it with my finger. Oh, lovely. And when you don't want to use, like me for instance right now, I don't want to use a lip liner, but I want to make sure that this is somewhat defined. You can either take a lighter concealer or a lighter powder, a flat shader brush, and go along the edges with that lighter color, and it gives you that same effect. So I'm going to take like NW15 and do that. So light powder on the Cupid's bow. And along the sides there. That's another thing that I like to do. This day and age, everyone's like all about gloss and never about lipstick. So if a senior wants to get their portraits done and they don't, a little trick that my friend taught me was if they don't want color, then to at least make it somewhat look like it's not washed out, put just a touch of color, but then put that lighter concealer or lighter powder around it so at least it appears a little bit darker. Okay. Now what do I want to use? Oh, so I'm going to take my Makeup Designery thing, or you can just use Shroom from MAC. It's just a very light brown with a touch of shimmer in it. And I'm going to be putting that on my lid. And a little right in the corner. Something else that I forgot to mention was from Anastasia Beauty, I think. Anastasia Cosmetics. You can go to www.anastasia.net, or you can go to Sephora. And they have really good brow duos, which are fantastic. I like them. This one is for Ash Blonde So anything from light blonde to dark blonde. So obviously I don't use this on myself, but I'm going to be getting mine in that color. I still love my Coastal Scents. I use my Coastal Scents for my brows. For a more natural look, I'm trying to stick with my normal, boring shape. And it just seems softer. And with my pencil, I don't fill in this part if I want a more natural look. I let the powder kind of take care of that. So there are my brows. Our face is starting to look nice and chiseled, but nice and soft. Loving it. I'm going to let that brow sit for a second, and I'm still using my Studio Fix lash. No false eyelashes today. Just a very soft look. I like to do 2 coats of this lash, so put one on, put the other on, and then go back. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Coastal Scents. I'm going to use the dark brown down at the bottom. I usually use this one and this one, but to soften, I'm just going to use the brown one. And mostly just using it to set the brow, not to form it any more than I've already done with the pencil. And when I have less product on my brush, I go into the front and just kind of clean it up a little bit, but don't fill it in so that you couldn't see the hairs, having it be a little bit more natural. Okay, and that is our natural look. So as long as you have a very soft brown, something to highlight your brow bone, a very soft rosy color to put on your lips, and just some bronzer right in this area. I didn't even use blush today. Then you've got it. It's all about contouring and doing all that fun stuff. And now I need to go and get ready for my party. So I need to dry my hair and get on out the door. So keep things coming in. Like I said, I have a couple more requests that I'm going to be getting to, but there's your natural look, and I hope you guys liked it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.